Testing. Alright, so what I'm working on XML stuff. Corpus thread, MP sorts, levels, this is the TCA language. So what's happening is we're dereferencing a the corpus does compare results and it does a sort. But that sort is done through this object, by this object, the language, and this language is not really a language because I did a bad typecast, I think. And so it's crashing here when it tries to do the compare. This is a, yeah, it's not a language node. So the right thing to do is, I don't actually know. Well, that helps. I need to try to solve this quickly. The right thing to do is that corpus should have its own search, I think. Sort should have its own pointer to a sort instead of getting it through the language. Sort compare helper. The reason it gets it through the language is, imagine you have a bilingual database, a bilingual dictionary, like this sample, say, English Arabic. Now the sorting algorithms are obviously very different. So if you have a corpus F6 on the left and a corpus F6 on the right, the one on the left needs to sort using totally different, sort the results. Like, you know, it's going to be an English corpus and an Arabic corpus on the right. So the sorting is going to be different. That's why the sorting stuff was sitting in the language. So we probably need to change the system. firstly, yeah, we have a list of central configured sorting methods on the document. So we can allocate a sort method, just a default one for now or something. And then what I'm wondering is if we should change the system. I don't know, that's a good question. In tlTorpus itself, the application, if we have our results, we have right-click sorting. We don't need to, oh, but that only changes the sort method. But that changes this. How it sorts the results, but not which language it sorts them in. Configured sort methods. I guess for now we could just create one. The sort compare helper just right. Just says if language not equal to null, then do that, otherwise do that. Oh, we could use that and just set the language to null. And then use that for now. And then the thing that allocates corpus should say but then we should add a fix me here. Oh, sorry. I had some upload running that should have been lowering the quality. That should improve it. No. I don't think the language is used for anything other than that, other than the sorting, to be honest. It's very similar to this to do. In tlTorpus there is no MP language, it does compare strings. Later on we can add configurable sorting options here. Yes, this is the answer. So this fix me I'm adding here. Some stories about language knowledge. And I think the answer, the correct answer is or something. That makes sense. Okay. Anyway, so I think some story is about. Yeah. All right. So yeah, maybe this sort of a helper. We should just set the language to null. But then save block isn't going to work. Why does save block do nothing if there's no language? That makes no sense. Of course it must save a block. But what it should do, if there's no language, it should assume the index is 0. What calls save block? Proper save block. I wonder if tlTerm was called save block. I need to just get this bug fixed quickly. Save block. Corpus shouldn't even know about languages. It should just be told, yeah, handle the sorting is in this way. Anyway, sort compare helper. That comment should move. Above here. I don't know if I want to have that in there. Maybe in debug mode. Gosh. Even no, in debug mode we're gonna hit the debugger. This needs to be fast. This function needs to be fast. Although it's currently a source of possible crashes because of this sort stuff. So maybe or maybe leave it in for now. I doubt it'll make much difference, to be honest. To the speed. But yeah, maybe if it helps. This is really cool function. This is called every time 2 results appear. So if you have the thing with 10,000 results, it gets called a lot, and it does a lot. Right, so language, so what I'm going to do basically is that thing, I'm going to firstly oh yes, XML mode can have language now. In this case, something that's easier to focus. I think this is called yeah, nothing calls it. Okay, so I'm putting it below it on that index. If the language is null, and use section with 0, else use finder index. The horrible reason we need to do that is because the stupid finder index. Maybe I should write a new finder index. Finder index 2. Because that would work if the semantics of find index, for some reason when I did it, I said if you're the root node, everything has a legitimate zero-base index except the root node of the document tree. If it's the root node, boom, -1. And I don't know, it made sense to me at the time, and now I don't think it makes sense anymore. And now we are sitting with a situation where that is the root node. So I just wanted to return 0, but I'm afraid to change it because there's a million things in the code that call finder index, and every single one of them, if I change that function's behavior, could potentially have side effects. Like this, for example. Now I have to do all this. I could add a second finder index called finder index 2 or finder index sensible. I guess, I don't know if there's, I can't remember if there are cases where you legitimately want that thing to return -1 if it hits the root node. Just because, I honestly don't know. Unfortunately, because that functions in the Lua API, it's not easy to just change either. I really don't see why the index shouldn't be 0 if it's just unparented. I mean, it's index 0. But you might want to know, like, that it doesn't have a parent. So either must add finder index to it. What other name? It's alright. I don't know. It reminds me of DirectX. DirectX idea. Everything is numbered. Used to be, I don't know if it still is that way, but it used to be like DirectX 3, 4, 5. You got the version number in class names. And anyway. This corpus story though anyway needs to change, because the anyway needs to have a language null in this case. For now, I do think we should have, but the system should change. We still should have the configure sorting, but if you're working with an XML document, there's no reason why you wouldn't want to be able to sort things like automatically. But then I want to do it more generically, not just language. It should be done generically. Like, let's say I want to sort, I mean, I could have apples in the XML document and I want to sort them by color, you know, or something stupid. You should be able to arbitrarily say, sort this by that, sort that. And it could be different languages, like this part of an XML document could be, and it might not even be sorted by language, it could be sorted on some other criterion, date or other, you know. So anyway, let me get back to this, right. So the thing is, where we create the corpus, anyway, in the case for now, we do still have a section. Let's secure it. One section, and that's another possibility that it's so new corpus must do the following when it creates it. I mean, yeah, new corpus. That thing is currently created by the section, and the section last night I added a new finder stopped in progress. That is possibly a Visual Studio, but there we go. Basically, last night I added a new function section called have language, and only if have language get language else no. database class node now equal class, and then we use this over sort it and add some new basically the same issue. Dev to do. What do we have our streaming to do? Okay, so that should fix that crash. Alright. So that crash was caused by me loading an XML document and then going to F6, setting up my corpus with some text, and searching. Okay, now it works. So that's fixed. So let's double check the code and commit that fix to the source control. And then look for the next one, look for the next bug to why am I seeing a whole lot of Tintin related tweets in Twitter? What is happening with relation to Tintin? Why am I checking Twitter? I hate Twitter. Yeah. Alright. Did something happen in connection with Tintin? Space X is launched 2 demo satellites full tint. Maybe that's right. I don't know. Okay. So I'm not sure I want to add that yet. This should work fine. That dead code at the bottom can go. Something like this. Basically the same as that. That I actually decided is fine. So if section coordinate section variables no. Yeah, okay. Right, now we now need to find another bug to fix. This can't be too hard. Let's try run a filter. Something weird is happening. It says there's 4 lemmas. Where does it even get that? Not from that. There's no entries. I wonder if it just counts the things at the 3rd level that of it. Zero 4. That is just utterly bizarre and arbitrary. At least it doesn't crash, but and tag matches is also weird. 3 of 823. I guess that at the left could be 823. So it could actually be right. That could actually be right. That makes sense. Go to next. First and last are supposed to jump to the first and last in the tree. and it should work already because I did that the other day. It should already be working. Entry first. Should work. Oh, it did work, right? Entry next. No, it's not working. Put a breakpoint there, so entry next. On entry next. If get selected section window, get selected section window, entry next. Breakpoint there doesn't do anything, right? Click 5. Boom. That means get selected section window isn't working correctly. This is a bit annoying because we can't check the value of this because I don't know why, but Visual Studio won't see my globals. These globals in the DLL just won't see them. I'm sure it sees some of them sometimes. Anyway, that unselected section is either wrong. That must be wrong, yes. It's not finding the section window, so it's not passing the command on to the why on earth is it trying to show word counts? That's if, which is -1. So that's why it's not working, and that makes sense. But okay, let's just take a breakpoint out. Oh, yeah, tools, word count. I forgot about that. It shows a real-time word count thing. Anyway. Hmm. One entry next. Now we go back to that breakpoint. Get selected section window. Press F12 to hop in there. Just put a breakpoint in there. I already know what's going to happen. It's going to be -1. So I think I know why this is happening. It's got something to do. This thing is supposed to be set up when we create the windows, I think. In selected section. Not sure whose job it is to set it. Don't know if it's done by the frame at the moment or possibly by the section itself. Let's search for it's never getting set by anyone. Set selected section. Maybe this is getting called with -1. Yeah. Right? Maybe yeah. But I fixed this thing. If n less than 0 return 0, else return n. That's right then. This is currently never called. Look, there's a commenter. CTL window onset focus seems to never get called. That might be a mistake. Fix me the truth test again and then UWS. Maybe that's got something to do with it, but why has this been working for years? Maybe it's not working. Let's check if entry next. But it was though, it works. I used to see the other day, entry next. Yeah, it works. So it works on a normal document. No doubt. That never gets called. Set selected section. Then how does it work for a TLex document? Let's open a TLex document. Okay, and we go in here. N equals 0, like it's supposed to be. There's a thing here. Yeah, if document different sections is 0. Maybe it's something to do with this. Maybe it uses find our index on this node somewhere. Sets it to -1. This sections, this way it pushes back the sections, okay? And it does a slightly weird thing of putting document root over there, which isn't really a good thing, okay? But it's not wrong. It's not right either. It should probably change to be a pointer, not to a language. Space equals. Just searching for assignment. Okay. Not that. Not that. Not that. There it obviously sets it to -1. I think we must try to distinguish between -2 and -1. Because I can't tell if it's been set to -1 or if there where it isn't working. I can't tell if it was accidentally set to -1 through like a bad find our index, or if Right, so I'm going to hit the debugger here. Okay. The right. So let me try the XML again. And then let's on about the XML. Right. I'm really getting sick of these stupid comments that people make in the chat. Time wasting people. Right. I'm trying to do some damn work. Right. So let's just go and look at that's blocked so much. Anyway, I'm not sure if the block feature is working from Restream. I'm trying to block someone from Restream. I don't know if it's still there. Block user. Some Russian username. I think it's Russian, yeah. It's not Russian. Shining next. Or something sort of something on my YouTube dashboard. YouTube I know, see what you can, they came in one. YouTube dash. I'm basically using license people. I'd grow the hell up, man. Got nothing better to do with your weekend than fucking troll people on the internet. And you need to reevaluate your life. Useless people. Alright. So where we I want to test this TLex entry next. I want to see if the value here is -1 or -2. If it's -2, then we know it's never been set. If it's -1, we know something's setting it to. Breakpoint add. So I want to add a conditional breakpoint on this thing, but I doubt it's going to work because I want to know whenever this thing changes. Not at that location, anyway. Huh? How do we do that? F12 breakpoint. What's a trace point? When changed. So I want to know and this thing changes. But I don't want it to continue execution, I want it to maybe it will do that. Okay. Right. Okay. I'm just testing. I don't know how this works. I've never done it before. Trace point. Okay. That's a trace point, right? I don't know if it's going to do anything. I don't know what it's going to do. This one. Nothing. It's not logging anything. But it doesn't show that variable in the debugger either, so the debugger can't see the value of that variable. So, oh, I have to go. Sorry, yeah.